Okay, so it is Friday the 19th, 19th of June, and I've had a really interesting week. So I started off the week by basically, I'm starting something new, so expect new things on the channel. One thing I wanted to do is kind of quite an early decision I made, and it's something that's kind of quite close to my heart, is obviously I'm a writer, and one thing I wanted to do was I wanted to actually read some children's stories in a bid to try and get kids reading and enjoying stories and things like that. So nothing too kind of intensive, just some nice bedtime stories and things like that. So I actually made a start. I've got a really nice, almost like it's a bit of an anthology or a collection of kind of fairy tales, bedtime stories, things like that. Really lovely book. Well illustrated as well, and I basically started working my way through those. I didn't get too far because I was working on the actual first video, and just as I was putting it together, finishing it off, putting the usual kind of, front end on it, the introduction and the graphics and things like that, and I've actually tried to use some of the illustrations out of the book as well. So just kind of, pulling those out and adding them in and working on some new little techniques and methods to make them look cool. I came to the realization as I was just about to upload it that, hang on a second, is this going to be an issue with copyright? So that might sound like a dumb question considering I'd kind of already done all the work, but I had been on YouTube and I'd seen countless stories being read. So I'd seen, the usual CBeebies stuff. So that's obviously like a channel here in the UK that, each night they have a celebrity read a story. And I've seen other people reading stories as well throughout YouTube. So I thought, hey, come on, this surely it's fine. It's absolutely fine. No issues. Maybe I was wrong. So what I did is I started researching a little bit more. I didn't upload the video, thinking, oh my God, I've just wasted all that time, It wasn't too much time. To be fair, the video is probably only about 5 minutes, if that, maybe 3.5. But it was still time, and, I was like, is it going to be, a wasted idea, this? It was something I really, really wanted to do. Because as well as, my love of art and design and drawing and sculpting, a massive thing for me is reading and writing as well, literature. It's incredibly powerful stuff. And for me, a big thing I really wanted to do was kind of try and get kids involved as well in that. So it's something I didn't want to just kind of not pursue. So what I actually did, I started looking on YouTube to see, what is the limitations, what's the issue, can we do it, can't we do it? And I came across, quite a lot of negative stuff. And I think this was following on from kind of YouTube, the kind of changes in legislation in America and obviously protecting kids, which is really important. The fact that a lot of people were turned off by it because you can't get, obviously, any kind of the videos monetized because you're not allowed kind of adverts. Correct me if I'm wrong, people, but you're not allowed kind of adverts within those kind of videos because of the children. So you essentially wouldn't get any kind of benefit, monetary benefit, or financial reward for your efforts other than getting some more subscribers, which for some people, it's all about the money. For others, it's about doing what you love. I kind of put myself in the latter. At the minute, my YouTube kind of story and journey is about doing what I enjoy doing and hopefully meeting like-minded individuals. Don't get me wrong, if it does end up kind of becoming a bit of an income stream for me, I certainly wouldn't be objective to that. But for now, I'm just uploading stuff that I enjoy doing. So sculpting, art, writing. I want to kind of help people learn to do this kind of stuff as well. Hence why it's called an academy. It's not just about me teaching you how to do things and trying to offer what I've learned over the years. It's about me learning stuff as well. YouTube in itself is a journey. I've never done any of this before, so it's quite new to me and I'm enjoying it. The process is great. I'm meeting quite a lot of new people on YouTube. The actual community is fantastic and very supportive. But anyway, coming back to this, so I kind of trawled my way through YouTube and found a lot of really negative stuff. And I thought, is it going to be a constant battle to try and get anywhere with this? But And this is why I'm actually posting this video, because this week has been immense and it's kind of blown me away. So I came across a particular video, and kind of it wasn't the title of the video, but the actual main caption was, "This is the end of books being read aloud for children," with a big old smiley face turned upside down. So unhappy face, you know. And I was like, oh, you know, and I felt a bit kind of downtrodden because it's something I really wanted to do. But the book I was wanting to read these stories to, I thought, you know what, and this is a lesson here, if you want to do something and you truly want to aspire to do something, or you want to chase a particular dream or an idea, the only thing really limiting you is yourself. And that's something I've always kind of professed to people and said, you know, my daughter, for example, she says, I want to be an astronaut. I'm saying, well, you can do it. If you want something bad enough, you can achieve it. You know, if you really want something that much, you can make it happen. You just have to want it, and you have to try your best. But yeah, I decided, right, what I'm going to do is I'll get in touch with a publisher, and I'll contact them and basically say, look, I really like to read these stories. May I have permission? So it was almost like a seek of approval from them to be able to do this. And I'll read through the I suppose, email thread between me and the correspondent at this particular publisher's. But I was blown away by their response, and it's kind of resulted in me being allowed. So I've been given permission to read these stories. But there's more. It's not just that. They've gone above and beyond, and I've actually been blown away by their generosity. I've been blown away by their kind of complete approach to what I'm trying to achieve. They've been incredibly supportive, and I just cannot believe, you know, considering the amount of negative kind of approach to this kind of subject on YouTube, that I'm wanting to almost dismiss that and kind of counter that, and hopefully this video will reach people. So don't give up, keep going, and you'll be able to do it. So it's not that you can't read out aloud to kids. You can, you just need to do the groundwork. You just need to battle through and keep going and try and do what you want to do. So that's the message for this video. So without further ado, I'll read through the actual email thread. So basically, because I don't want to actually name the publisher, I would just call them the amazing publisher that was super supportive and did everything they could to help me, or just the publisher. And the actual correspondent, I'm not going to use his name, but for this video, we'll call him Bob. Okay, so let me just go into my emails here. I just can't believe it, to be fair. You know, I wasn't expecting the response I got. I was expecting, potentially having looked at all this negative stuff, I was expecting like there's no chance you're using our material, don't even think about it. Because I have seen that people had done it, and basically the videos have been taken down, or they've been told they can't do it, and lawsuits and all the rest of it. But these guys have given me permission, I have it written, and they've gone above and beyond as well. So watch this space, listen to this. So I started off by saying, "Dear Bob, my name is Adam Richardson. I'm a working father of two, a husband, and a published author. As well as the above, I have recently created a YouTube channel that aims to focus on the use of imagination and creativity. My videos will cover creative writing, art, sculpture, painting, drawing, but I'm also wanting to read a few short stories to encourage young readers to love books. My children have a copy of a book published by your kind selves, and I write to you to request to be granted permission to read this collection of bedtime stories. For the avoidance of doubt, I would receive no benefit or payment from YouTube for these videos, as they are aimed at children, and thus no monetization or advertising is permitted. Details of the book are below." So I gave them the details so they knew which one I was referring to. And then I went on to say, "If permission is granted, I intend to read each of the short bedtime stories within the book and use the corresponding illustrations with each short video. If given permission, rest assured that each video I upload to YouTube, I shall include the details of the author or of the actual person who compiled the actual book, as well as the illustrator for that particular story." Okay. I then finished by saying I'd be happy to add a link of the book onto my actual description, and just finished it off nicely by saying, "I hope this request finds you well, and I shall of course honour your wishes," which is very important. So if they'd have said no, I wouldn't have done it, and that would have been my time wasted and lesson learned, but I wanted to try, okay, and that's the important part. And this actual email, I made sure the tone of it was friendly. I wanted to make sure that I was persuasive because, you know, and I'm sure if Bob actually watches this video, which he may well do, you know, I was truthful, I was honest, I hadn't uploaded anything, and basically, as I say, if he'd have said no, or the company, the publishing house had have said no, I would have honoured their wishes and said, fair enough, you know. I may have tried other publishing houses and other books, you know, there's no point in stopping right there, but I wanted to read this book because it's got a great collection of stuff. So, without further ado, I shall continue. So this is the response I got, okay? So I sent that off, okay? I said, I look forward to hearing back from you. Kind regards, Adam Richardson. That was it. The next day, okay? So the very next day, I got an email back. This is how it went. Hi, Adam. Thank you for your email. It is okay for you to read and use the book for online activities. Okay, he mentions that the title's changed and basically he'd prefer I use the newer one. So it's just that the title had changed of the book and they've made some amendments. So there's a newer version. And with that, he said, I would be happy to send you the new updated edition. Okay, wow. I was like, so not only has he just given me permission, he's going to actually send me a free copy of the new book as well, which is brilliant. Okay, it goes on. He goes, if you'd like a copy, please give me your address, which I did. We fully understand that the current world situation requires us to work, communicate, and educate in different ways. How amazing is that? So as well as them actually giving me permission to use their material, he's going further into it and kind of explaining that he gets the fact that people, you know, they're having to work from home, they're having to adapt to different lifestyles. And this is all down to this particular, you know, this global crisis we're in. So he gets it. He said, we would be grateful if you could make an acknowledgement that permission was granted, and obviously to acknowledge the publishing house when the videos go out, which I will do, of course. We wish you well. Thank you for contacting us. Kind regards, Bob. Okay, so wow, I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was gobsmacked, stuttered, but also over the moon because, of course, even though I'm going to have to redo the video, record it, I've kind of done some of the groundwork with the graphics and things, but it does go on. So I replied and went, hey, Bob. So this was actually yesterday. Bob, thank you so much for the prompt response. I am thrilled that you've granted me permission and would be overjoyed to receive the latest copy. I gave him my address. I shall be sure to make the acknowledgement and also add the link in the description. Lastly, and this was me then being a little bit cheeky, but it's to almost, I wanted to do a good job for them now. They've granted me permission, so I was like, I have to give this the best that I can, okay? So I put, lastly, I am trying to include all illustrations as best I can as I read. So the illustrations pop up and, you know, fade in and fade out, and you see a bit of the story. So when the kids are watching, they can see what's happening in the story as well as I'm kind of reading along in the background. So I said, but I appreciate that this is a bit of a request. Would you happen to have JPEG files of each of the illustrations? Now, this is a massive book. It's got a lot of different stories and a lot of illustrations by a lot of different illustrators in it, okay? The reason I ask is so I end up with a better quality video. At present, I take the pictures or I scan the page and then basically have to play around with it. I appreciate that this is a big ask and may not be possible, but I am just wanting to do the illustrators and yourselves justice, okay? If not, then rest assured I shall try my best to capture the images. Thank you so much once again. I am truly grateful, okay? So again, for me, it's not about this is not about money. I just want kids enjoying stories. I want them to kind of get engaged. I want them to, you know, I think what better than parents getting their kids to bed? You know, maybe they could buy their own copy and watch the video as well as read it. Or if it prompts people to maybe buy the book, brilliant. It's helping the publisher, but it's also meaning that kids are learning to read. So it's a win-win. I don't get any money, but that's not the thing here for me at all with these. It's a case of enjoying what I do and trying to inspire, which is something I'm really keen on with my channel. I do want to inspire all ages to kind of get creative and try something new. Okay, so anyway, Bob came back, and this has been again yesterday, so straight back he came back. Hi Adam, I will get a copy sent to you. Okay, brilliant. So the book's on its way. If you could advise me of which stories you plan on reading, I can try and get the images to PDF. So he's saying, yeah, I can get you some of the images. That's fine. I'm like, wow, this gets even better. So that'll actually save me time in having to take pictures, scan them, play around with them, you know, to make sure that they're all okay. and they'll be of a better quality as well. So the actual end result will be better. Win-win. Loving it. Okay, so next I go back to Bob and say, hey Bob, many thanks for this, very kind. I actually intend to read them all, and I think there's about 37 of these short stories. So bedtime stories, they'll probably be, say the video will be about 3.5 minutes each, but 37 of them, and I'll just kind of keep rolling them out, you know, in between doing other stuff as well. I'll be looking to read all the stories in the new version. So when the new version arrives, I'll start just recording those, okay? If it's possible to send all illustrations, that would be fantastic. However, if sending all artwork will help take up too much time, then please send what you can. So basically, if it's going to take up too much of your time, because he's a busy guy, just send what you can and I'll work with that, okay? I didn't want to push it too far, okay? So Bob came back again really quickly. Hi. So he did say here, it's a good suggestion. I think it would be best if you wait for the new book to arrive and see what you think. But he said we should be able to send you some images, okay? So basically, when the book arrives, I'm going to get in touch with Bob again, and he will then obviously start to look at what images I need, and we'll kind of work through it that way. So again, he's working with me on this, which is amazing. Can't believe it. I went back to him and said, hey Bob, okay, thanks, not a bad idea. Any idea when the book is likely to arrive, as I want to make sure I'm in to take delivery. Do not want to miss that at all. And he said, hey, he's sending the book out from our office today. Get this. I have added a few other books that may be of interest. Hang on people, hang on. So, not only has he given me permission, not only is he sending me a free copy of the new book, he's also now putting in extra books that I feel could potentially be then for me to read again. So it could be that I can then go back to Bob and say, Bob, thank you ever so much. I hope you like what I've done with the original story lineup that we had. I'd like to continue doing some more. If you're happy for me to do so, please let me know. I'd love to read some of the other books you've sent. So it seems like he's kind of committed, engaged. Again, Bob, if you're watching this, I don't want to kind of seem presumptuous, but if I do a good job and hopefully can help generate some kind of interest in your publishing house, your books and things like that, then for me that is brilliant, and I would be, you know, so pleased if that helped you guys out as well. And these guys are a big publishing house, you know, so so he's sending me some extra books as well. So I cannot wait to get whatever this package is going to be, the main book and then some other books. I just can't get over this. So so I put, wow, thanks so much, Bob. I'm truly blown away by your generosity. Thanks so much for all you've done. I truly hope that my videos help you guys with some further promotion and sales. And then again, me being me, last question from me, okay? So, and this is again why I'm doing this video, okay? I said YouTube have been stricter with people reading books, mainly people who had not sought permission from the publisher. And there is a lot of negativity surrounding this, with some videos saying it's the end of being able to read for young children, okay? Which, that's not a good message out there, is it? You know, we want kids to read. So I would like to contest this with a little intro video, which is this, what I'm doing now, hello, to explain what happened between us. So this is what I'm reading, okay? I went in to just say I wouldn't include, you know, names and publishing people and all the rest of it. Asked him what he thought, if it was a good idea, and if he'd be kind of happy for me to do something like that. And the last message I've got, which was today, it was this afternoon. Okay, so again, coming straight back to me on these things was, he said, thanks for the email, good idea, okay. He thinks it'd be great to kind of explain about reading books on YouTube, okay. And as I say, he's then gone on to just wish me the best of luck with the videos, and I'll be in touch with him. So, boom. Cannot believe it. So it started off with me thinking, oh Lord, I've just wasted time, and children now cannot enjoy being read to. You know, don't get me wrong, there's parents out there that will do that every night anyway, I'm sure. And it's sometimes one of those special moments, you know, a parent reading to their child. But sometimes it's nice to almost have, like my kids did, with regards to CBeebies and things like that, that little, you know, it's a wind down time. So the TV might be on, you switch over the channel. YouTube is obviously watched so much these days anyway that, you know, these little videos I'm hoping to put out, it could be a bit of a routine for some kids in that, oh, let's watch this one tonight. Let's pick a story and they can pick one, and there you go. Okay, so I'm over the moon. I cannot believe it. And again, the message is we can read to kids. Just get permission, and you'll see the video soon. So it's Friday. I'm hopefully going to get this video out soon. And wait for not only the reading ones for the kids, because they're coming out soon. Can't wait. And also other things I'm going to be doing. So I'm on with the second sculpture, so that'll be coming out soon, so keep an eye out for that. I want to do a writing, so creative writing tips, so how to get published. Keep an eye out for that one, because that'll be coming soon as well as others. So there'll be plenty to go out. So again, if you like the kind of sounds of the stuff that I'm coming out with, subscribe, feel free to comment, let me know what you think, and I'll see you soon.